All right, guys, welcome back to another market update video. In this one, we'll talk about the indices, also look at the global indices as well, and uh, and we'll see where we can end up the coming days. So let's begin with the major index, which is Nifty. So Nifty on the daily chart, uh, nothing has really changed in the last time we talked about it, except for some development on the top end, right? So what I'm looking at is, so in the previous video I talked about, I think, this zone, and also this one right here, which is at the high of this base, right? So in the previous video I talked about these zones, but um, nothing really came down to, hasn't come down to these zones yet. So see, this is a sign of some sort of strength. So what happens is, uh, let's say you are extended here, all right? You are very extended uh, on all time frames here, all right? Obviously not the intraday time frames. I'm just talking about the higher time frames, right? So you're extended on the higher time frames here, and then what happens? There is a big rejection. We open gap up. There's a big rejection. Looks like an exhaustion here, right? What is an exhaustion? Basically, exhaustion. How I watch exhaustion is, you will see. Okay, give me 1 second. Uh, make it a bit more clear for you. All right. So what is exhaustion? Exhaustion for me, basically, when you see there's a big up move or a big down move. After the big move, there's a tiny base, and then we attempt to go up, but that move comes back down to this base. All right. So what happens is, the move which started from this base looks like it's going to fail. All right. So there was an attempt at an exhaustion move here, and then what happened? We went back up and just simply made a new high. Right. We just went back up and made a new high on uh, on 4th July, right? Today is 5th. So we made a new high on 4th July, and then we are holding this area again. So this is a sign of strength. All right, you don't want to consider this as any sort of weakness yet, because it is holding the highest base, which is kind of strong. All right, so we still have to see some sort of a base breakdown again. The level for a bearish trade is still this level, which is 19250. You can take this level as 19250 on the spot chart. So this level is 19250 on the spot chart, below which Nifty might get bearish. All right, till now Nifty looks fairly healthy. I've also marked the previous base for you. Also, throughout these videos, I hope you guys are learning how to mark bases, so that you can do it on your own as well, right? So let's have a look at Bank Nifty. And Bank Nifty, something interesting is going on. Bank Nifty, the structure was quite similar. We made a base here, and then we attempted a breakout here. All right. There was a pullback, and then we made a new high. But this high has gotten rejected sharply, right? So this high right here, it has gotten rejected very sharply, and this is because of HDFC Bank, obviously. So this has rejected very sharply here, and today as well. So today, if you see, today as well, there is some sort of a rejection from this area again. So I'm talking about this rejection right here, right? So this rejection right here, there is some rejection from the highest supply, and now we are trading on the lower part of the base. So in Bank Nifty is already weaker. So if it doesn't clear out this resistance or this supply immediately, right, or build up around if it doesn't build up around this level, I would be inclined to take trades which are pushing down in Bank Nifty. All right. So let's say you go into this area right here. Uh, let's say you go into right. So let's say you go into this supply straight away. All right. Let's say in the coming days, we go into this supply straight away, and then there is a rejection from this supply uh, pushing the price lower. Right. So let's say we start pushing the price lower here. So in this sort of scenario, I will be very inclined to take any sort of bearish trades which set up in Bank Nifty, right? The level for the bearish trade is, again, I'll just mark that as well. It is about 45,000 basically. So that's a great whole number level, which is 45,000. So Bank Nifty is poor. Make sure you have an eye on this supply, because this is the one where there can be some trouble, right? And also on the daily chart, if you see, the EMA is also far away. So we can actually pull back to this base. Now I'm not saying we'll pull back to the high. I'm saying we'll pull back to this area of demand. All right. If we start pushing down, obviously. So this is a very strong demand zone. This is around 44 400 something, 44 500. All right. So there is space for some pullback in Bank Nifty. This is definitely not the place where I'll be taking any long trade. Nifty Small Cap, we talked about this demand zone very clearly. And from there on, we have staged a very nice rally on the upside. Many stocks have actually moved up as well. So this was a good one in Nifty Small Cap as well. Again, the level for Nifty Small Cap now has shifted to this base, which is around 11,000, right? So pretty clear. Um, Basically, 10, you can take 10 950 to 11,000, right? This is the range where there can be some sort of a down move if it breaks, obviously. Till now, it's extremely strong, so don't try to catch a breakdown into this level, right? So let's look at NASDAQ as well. Before that, guys, if you're still here watching the video, make sure that you like and share, because that helps with the algorithm and also helps with the motivation to keep making more such videos, help you guys out. All right. So NASDAQ, this was the base. We have talked about it. I think the US markets will open today, and this is looking to trade inside this range now. So this is the base, and this is a base, so it can trade inside this range now. All right. So again, bearish levels only below this previous 1 hour range here, which is quite far right now. So I don't think we are under any sort of pressure from the upside. Let's look at Dow Jones as well. Sorry for the noise behind. So Dow Jones, we've clearly talked about an attempt to break out, and I'm still quite confident that this might happen very, very soon. All right. So Dow Jones, we are still looking at a bullish trade. So overall, the global markets look all right. Nifty looks all right. Bank Nifty might cause some problems. Let's look at a few banks. What is actually the problem in Bank Nifty? The problem is this pullback. So again, I've told time and again that institutions are buying on these lower bases. All right, they're buying on these lower bases. They are not buying after the breakout. All right, they're buying when a base is trying to break out on the upside. All of these lower bases institutions are buying. All right, so again, they bought here, and now people who bought the breakout on that big news, now they're trapped. All right, so it happens time and again in HDFC Bank. We've seen it. Look at this level as well. Look at this level as well. Right, so stop buying the breakout first of all. Right, if you want to make some serious money in the market, stop buying the breakout, especially extended breakouts. And HDFC Bank can pull back to this demand zone, so there is some space on the downside. Also, another problem is ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank tried to break out today. There is some supply on the top. So let's see how this behaves. If this also starts to pull back, then Bank Nifty will definitely come down very sharply to the levels which I've talked about already. All right. So this is it for this video. Hope you guys learned something new, and hopefully you have a profitable coming few days. Right. Make sure that you like and share, and we'll end here. Have a good night.